Ever wonder what the first temple on Earth looked like? Forget Stonehenge, forget the Egyptian pyramids. We need to go back much, much further. Travel with me to a time so distant, it rewrites everything we thought we knew about human history. Welcome to Göbekli Tepe. Located in the rolling hills of southeastern Turkey, Göbekli Tepe isn't just old. It's ancient beyond imagination. Picture this. Stonehenge was built around 5,000 years ago. The Great Pyramid of Giza, around 4,500 years ago. Göbekli Tepe? It's over 11,500 years old. That's more than 6,000 years before either of those iconic structures. It's so old that when it was built, the last ice age had just ended. Mammoths still roamed parts of the earth. It's a structure from a lost world. What makes Göbekli Tepe truly mind-boggling is not just its age, but who built it. For decades, the story of civilization was simple. First, humans invented agriculture. This allowed them to settle down, create villages, and only then, with a stable food supply and free time, did they develop complex society, art, and religion. Göbekli Tepe flips that script completely on its head. The people who built this monumental site were not farmers. They were hunter-gatherers. Think about that for a moment. These were nomadic or semi-nomadic people, living off the land, hunting wild game and gathering wild plants. They hadn't invented pottery, writing, or even the wheel. They didn't have metal tools to help them carve and move massive stones. Yet somehow they organized themselves to create something on a scale that shouldn't have been possible. They quarried, carved, and transported colossal limestone pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons and standing 18 feet tall. How did they do it? It's one of history's greatest enigmas. For centuries, this incredible site lay hidden, buried beneath an artificial hill that locals called Potbelly Hill, or in Turkish, Göbekli Tepe. It wasn't until 1994 that a German archaeologist named Klaus Schmidt, while reviewing old survey reports, had a hunch. He suspected the hill wasn't natural. When he began excavating, he didn't just find a few artifacts. He unearthed a civilization-defining discovery. What he found were not houses or a settlement, but a series of massive circular enclosures. At the heart of these circles are enormous T-shaped pillars, arranged like spokes on a wheel. These pillars aren't just blank stones. They are covered in intricate and beautifully preserved carvings. We see a whole menagerie of the prehistoric world: menacing scorpions, powerful bulls, slithering snakes, cunning foxes, and graceful birds. These weren't the animals they domesticated. These were creatures of power, of the wild, perhaps figures from their myths and spiritual world. The T-shape of the pillars themselves is believed to be anthropomorphic, representing stylized human figures with their arms carved along their sides. They stand like silent stone guardians, watching over the sacred space. So, what was this place? What drove prehistoric hunter-gatherers to pour such immense effort into its construction? This is where the debate really heats up. The most widely accepted theory, championed by Klaus Schmidt himself, is that Göbekli Tepe was the world's first temple. It was a sacred pilgrimage site, a place where different bands of hunter-gatherers would come together for religious rituals and ceremonies. Evidence of massive feasts, bones from thousands of wild animals like gazelles and aurochs, have been found at the site. This suggests that large-scale gatherings took place here, perhaps to solidify social bonds, trade goods, and share beliefs under the watchful eyes of these stone giants. But other theories exist. Some researchers suggest it could have been a sophisticated astronomical observatory. The alignment of the pillars might correspond to specific stars or celestial events, helping our ancestors track the seasons, a crucial skill for survival. Could this have been a prehistoric calendar etched in stone? Others propose it was a central meeting point, a kind of prehistoric convention center where grand feasts were the main event, and the rituals were a secondary part of the social gathering. Perhaps it was a combination of all these things. A multi-purpose complex that served the spiritual, social, and practical needs of a forgotten people. The truth is, we don't know for sure, and that's part of its allure. One of the most profound mysteries of Göbekli Tepe is its end. After about 1,500 years of use, the site wasn't simply abandoned to the elements. It was deliberately and carefully buried. Generation after generation, people filled the enclosures with dirt, stone, and animal bones, entombing the entire complex under a man-made hill. Why? Why would anyone go to such lengths to bury their most sacred creation? Was it a final grand ritual to put the spirits of the temple to rest? Were they hiding it from a new, emerging culture or a changing belief system? Was it to protect it, preserving it for a future they could only dream of? This intentional burial is a puzzle within a puzzle, a final, silent act that has left archaeologists scratching their heads. The discovery of Göbekli Tepe has forced us to rethink the very origins of civilization. The old model said that farming came first, and complex society and religion followed. But Göbekli Tepe suggests the opposite. It suggests that it was the need to come together, to build something sacred and monumental, the shared belief system that may have been the catalyst for civilization itself. The immense logistical challenge of building this temple and feeding the workers might have been the very thing that pushed people towards agriculture and settled life. Maybe it wasn't a full stomach that sparked civilization, but a shared idea. The desire to build a temple to the cosmos might have been what built our world. Today, excavations at Göbekli Tepe are ongoing, and we've only uncovered about 5% of the entire site. Geophysical surveys show that at least 15 more similar enclosures, and perhaps hundreds of additional pillars, are still waiting beneath the soil. What other secrets does this ancient hill hold? Each new discovery promises to add another chapter to this incredible story, peeling back the layers of time to reveal the dawn of human belief and society. Göbekli Tepe isn't just a collection of old stones. It's a message from our deepest past, reminding us that the human drive to find meaning, to connect with something larger than ourselves, is as old as humanity itself. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. What do you think Göbekli Tepe was used for? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more of history's greatest mysteries, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring more stories like this to you. Until next time, stay curious.